Goeiemiddag, ons is hier op veld nummer 3 van die universiteit. Dit is natuurlijk nou die CPI Hotshots wat nou teen Bloem Warriors gaan speel. Eerste wat gaan kolf is die CPI Bloem Warriors. CPI Hotshots is die manne in pers wat op die veldwerk eerst gaan doen. En die wedstrijd net hiervoor het CPI Hotshots gespeel, so hulle speel 2 wedstryde agter mekaar en ons gaan sien hoe dit nou aan hulle fiksheid geaffekteer. Natuurlijk is hierdie ook nou die tweede wedstryd van die Bloem Warriors. Hulle word geborg deur Staffix. So ons sal heel waarskynlik nog baie van hulle borge ook sien in die media. So hulle dankie sê vir die livestreaming, so ook vir CPI wat die Hotshots geborg het. En ja, hier gaan die laaste wedstryd vir vandag wees, van die eerste dag van Vrystaat LMS kampioenskappe. Môre gaan ons aan, en sal ons nou vanaand media uitstuur van wie is dit wat in die volgende rond is, wanneer teen wie speel, en dan kan jy net daarvoor kyk. Eerst om te begin bal is Henry Zwegelaar. Lekker om te sien dat die sagte ware mooi werk. En as julle hoor, dit is die lekker klanke van die Warriors ondersteuners hier, net so 'n bietjie links van ons. Baie lekker gees daar in hulle kamp in. Eerste om te kolf is Brandon van Heerden en Kurtley van Wyk. Goed deur die spanne hardloop wat speel hierso. CPI Hotshots is Arno Bouwer, Brandon Francis, Dylan Francis, Grant Style, Andrew Zwegelaar, Henry Venter, Ivan Venter en JP Hunt. In die Bloem Warriors se kant is daar Andre Jansen van Rensburg, Andre Leroux, Brandon van Heerden, Kurtley van Wyk, Gustaf Pretorius, Jan Kreer, Jesse Adams en Louis Koen. So, ja, daar is die manne wat vandag hier voor julle gaan speel. Die gevaarmanne in die Hotshots kant is JP Hunt, Andrew Zwegelaar en dan natuurlijk ook Henry Venter. Nie te sê dat die ander manne nie ook gevaarlik is nie. Daai is net die manne wat uitstaan, wat gerig is om moeilikheid te maak teen hulle oppositiespanne. In die Bloem Warriors kant gaan ons Andre Jansen van Rensburg gaan groot dinge van hom af verwag. So ook Jan Kreer en Brandon van Heerden. Andre Leroux natuurlijk is ook een van die gerigte kwaadmakers wat hulle oppositie baie opdraande gee. Lekker om te sien hoe die Warriors hier so van die begin af begin met die groot houe. Hierdie wedstryd word beperk op 15 balbeerte. Hy weet nie of hulle dalk verander het vandag nie, want ons het vanoggend verskriklik baie mis op die veld gehad, waar die wedstryd so 'n bietjie vertraag het met 'n uur. Maar alles is weer terug op tyd. So heel waarskynlik gaan hierdie 'n 20 balbeert wedstryd wees. Kurtley van Wyk wat nou nog nie 'n bal gesien het nie, of geraak het nie. Brandon van Heerden wat die voortou neem om punte aan te teken. Lyk asof hy so klein bietjie dalk bietjie gekneus is daarso. Hoop hy het ernstig seer gekry nie. Hoopelik het hy sy boksie gedra. Anders gaan nou om 'n kampvuur bietjie hoor sing vanaand. Nee wat, lyk asof hy reg is. Daar word 'n hand in die lug opgesteek. Nee, lyk kort 'n bietjie ys daarso. Gaan nou sien waar hy daai sak ys sit. Want as dit is waar het ons dink het is, gaan dit toch wel 'n ongemaklike storie wees hier in die Bloemfontein winter. Natuurlik, hy sal baie sleg wees op enige plek. Wanneer lyk my dit is op die been iewers nou getref het. Gelukkig is dit nie die middelste been nie, né? Om 'n yssak daar te sit, ek seker dit gaan nie lekker wees nie, veral as die ding nog 'n bietjie yswater gaan lek. Ja, dit kan net sleg wees. Maar die wedstryd wat so 'n klein bietjie vertraag word hierso as gevolg van 'n besering, maar dit lyk asof die man reg is. Sakkie, hy sal seker tydelik net daar bietjie daar bly agter die paaltjies iewers. Net so 'n bietjie vir verder behandeling as die pyn weer terugkom. Maar dit is ook die eerste balbeurt wat verby is. Volgende wat kom bal is JP Hunt. Hy het 'n briljante balwerk gedoen verlede naweek wat hy teen die CPI Masters gespeel het. Jong oukies wat in die span is, Vrystaatspelers, en hy het hulle uitgebal. Hulle was te oorywerig om grenshoue te slaan, en hy weet presies wat om te maak in daai geval, en dit lyk asof die Bloem Warriors ook baie gretig is vir grenshoue. Maar hy gaan dit keer. Lekker musiek ook hier van die kant af van die Bloem Warriors se ondersteuners. Natuurlik vir die mense van die ander provinsies. Bring julle ondersteuners saam. Hier is baie spasie hier om die veld vir hulle om te kuier, baie om te doen. Er is nog ou wat aan die grens geslaan word, maar daar is 'n man op die grens. Hy gaan die bal keer. Maar van die ander provinsies, ons weet daar is ook mense wat inkyk vanaf Bethlehem en Kroonstad, Vryburg, noem hulle maar op hier in die Vrystaat. Julle is almal welkom om 'n span in te skryf vir volgende jaar om te kom speel. Dit sal natuurlik ook baie lekker wees as julle... Daar is die man uit! Het lyk so uitgehardloop is. Ons kyk wat sê die skeieregter Chantel. Het lyk nie of sy baie verskriklik oortuigend is nie. Die paaltjiewagter het baie oortuigend gelyk, maar natuurlik het sy werk om oortuigend te lyk. Het lyk as daai besering nog so bietjie vir Kurtley bietjie pla. Loop nog nie lekker nie. Maar bring julle families, hier is baie spasie om die veld. Slaan vir julle kasiepe op, steek 'n vuurtjie aan. Ons gaan net so 'n bietjie kant toe swaai. Julle wys hoe die borgers se goed die opstaan van Staffix en CPI se kasiepe. Al hulle vla wat hierop is. Maar dit is die manne se vrouens wat hier so saam kuier langs die veld om 'n vuurtjie. Dit is net hoe lekker dit is. Kinders speel hier rondom die veld. Hulle het hokkiestokke aan die gang daar. Die bal is hoog in die lug, gaan hy gevang word. Dit is 'n 6, net 'n 6, maar dit is 'n 6. Briljante hou van Bradley van Heerden. Well done, ou. Dit is nou iets wat ons nou op die ander wedstryde nie so gereeld van gesien het nie. Pragtig om die 6 te sien deurkom. En dis Brandon van Heerden wat dit doen. Hooplik wys hy vir ons nog 'n paar en stuur daardie geprojekteerde telling van 158 somme baie hoor. Lekker krieket hier in Bloemfontein. Volgende jaar, almal in die Vrystaat is welkom om ons te join. Ander dorpe kan ook natuurlik hulle eie ligas begin. Sal so lekker wees om bietjie teen hulle ook te speel, want op die oomblik is hier 21 spanne in Bloemfontein. Dit wissel so 'n bietjie van seisoentyd tot seisoen, maar in die winter en somer, hier word die alle mes gespeel. Sandro Zwiegelaar wat bal. En dit is skit liewer net sy punt van sy kolf daarby bykom. Natuurlik daar aan die oorkant opgetel deur JP Hunt, kaptein van die CPI Hotshots. Maar die mense wat daar lyk nou op die oomblik is die Warriors. Die lekker beurt gekry, daai ene nie, maar hy hardloop daar so na die grens toe, word opgetel, net 'n enkel loopie. Bietjie van 'n briesie wat nou optel hierso, wat eintlik nogal lekker is. Vanoggend was bitterkoud en ons weet vanaand gaan ook weer bitterkoud wees. Môreoggend weer rypie op die gras kry, maar nou is dit warm. Ons sit met teende en kyk lekker cricket. En as dit nie vir hierdie wytjie was, het ons aan baie warm gekry nou. Bloem Warriors hierso wat baie mooi speel. Die spatkaptein kan baie trots op hulle wees. Kan sien hy geprojekteerde skoor het, of telling het afgeskuif na 129. Dit kan heel waarskynlik wees as gevolg van die 20 wedstrydouers of beurte wat dalk afgebring is na 15 toe. Dat hulle ook 15 beurte speel soos al die ander wedstryde. Het nie gedink hierdie dag gaan so mooi uitdraai en dat alles so mooi op tyd gaan deurkom nie. Hierdie wedstryd is mooi op tyd. En is 'n klein bietjie van misverstand vanoggend gehad, maar dit is uitgesorteer. Dis JP Hunt wat weer die balwerk oorneem. Is dit beenvoorpaaltjie Chantel gee hom beenvoorpaaltjie en Kurtley van Wyk het sy paaltjie verloor. Hy het die trekpas gekry. Ons gaan nou kyk wie is dit wat opkom om hom te vervang. Die man is klaar op die veld. Ons wag net om te kyk wat sy naam gaan hê wys op die puntebord onder. JP Hunt het dit nou maar net weer eens gedoen. Vat daar 'n paaltjie. En dit is Andre Jansen van Rensburg wat terugkom. So hier kom nou eers moeilikheid. Jammer om van Kurtley ontslae te raak, maar Andre gaan ook groot gemors kan aanvang hier so op die veld. Hy lyk hier baie gelukkig met homself. Kurtley kan nie sleg voel nie. Hy het nie groot puntetelling opgesit nie, maar tussen hom en Brenner van Heerden het hulle baie goed gevaar tot dusver. En nog 'n bal wat na die grens toe gestuur word. Hy word gekeer. En dis die hotshots wat weer baie mooi die bal keer op die grens. Wat nie maklik die grens hou hulle deurkom nie. Maar vir 'n oomblik daai die Warriors het baie maklik lyk om grenshoue te slaan. 64 geslaan. Pragtige cricket. Nou is dit eers weer JP Hunt. Switching over to English, this is Jürgen Smith speaking as your commentator for this match today. It is the CPI Hotshots against the Bloem Warriors. Currently CPI Hotshots fielding, they are the people in purple. People in purple, purple people. And there's a big shot by the Warriors. They are the guys in yellow. That is not a four, but that ball was high up in the air. Bloem Warriors, they are the ones currently batting. and they're doing pretty well. They've got a projected score of 111. They looked pretty well until Curtly lost his wicket earlier in the previous over. But they are attacking these boundaries with each shot. They've only got 15 overs to put up a massive challenging score for the hard shots. So they've got to use every ball that they get. Hard shots a team that is rumored, or not just rumored, but known for hitting big shots, racking in a lot of sixes and fours and boundary shots. But it seemed like they struggled a little bit in the match just before this one. Will it be the same case in this match? Right now they are fielding pretty well, and we've just got some birds that come to try and be on the footage as well. Nature also enjoying the match. They're probably wondering why these people are here today. Usually, oh, and that was step, that is scored. Bye bye, Brandon. And it's Andres Zwigelaar taking a wicket. And unfortunately, that is what's going to happen if you swing at every ball every now and then. You're going to make a mistake. And that is exactly what the hard shots were working on last week, and they're continuing to do today. Limit those boundary shots, or limit the fours, and just work on these people swinging at every ball and finding their weakness. Coming into bat is JC Adams. He must also be a recent addition to the Bloem Warriors. But obviously none of these guys are new to playing cricket. Obviously the strategy of the Warriors was to come out and enjoy yourselves. They've got the spectators here. They are enjoying themselves. They are cheering for every ball and everything coming through. And obviously they want some boundaries. They want sixes. They want fours. They want everything that's going through there. Nice vibe here next to the field. Obviously that also projects to the play on the field. If your spectators are enjoying themselves and they are cheering a bit, it only makes the game a little bit more exciting and gives him something else to play for. Oh, and that was a quick ball by Andres Zwigelaar. Bowling a bit quicker. There is no fielder behind the wicket keeper, so what we've seen so many times before, normally you don't get in LMS a fielder behind the wicket keeper. So if you get the pace bowler and he gets a ball past the wicket keeper, that is a possible 4 straight away. We've seen them in every match today so far. So behind the stumps, the wicket keeper is a last defense on every fast ball. Now bowling is, like we said, Andres Zwigelaar. He's bowling from the Tempe end. Another one. Did he tip? No, he didn't tip the ball. Umpire Chantal isn't convinced. She's the one you need to convince to get a tip or get any changes to your score. But in any case, if you look at the projection of this field, behind us is Shimla Park. And if we take the side from where the bowler is coming from, that is Hanru. Behind him is, if you take a straight line, you go to Tempe military base. So that is why that is the Tempe end, and the other side is the university end, or the varsity end. Just to contribute thanks to the varsity, because they are keeping the grounds beautiful for us, mowing the lawn, keeping the pitch in perfect condition. They merely asked us to protect the pitch in the winter when they don't put so much effort into it, because normally cricket isn't a winter sport. See, that ball barely bounced. That inconsistent bounce makes it very difficult for the batsman to predict what's going to happen. Putting these mats on the ground to protect it, and that changes the play a little bit, and that is something that's going to go on for the rest of the winter. Something the players have to get used to. And it's a plastic kind of mat that they roll onto the surface, and it's rough on top, so it helps with getting a bit of grip, but it's still hard, so it does nothing really for the bounce. It all depends on the surface of the pitch below it. And since in LMS the cricketers can't get much pace in it in any case, they've only got a 12-meter run up to the pitch to bowl, they won't be able to get too much pace in it in any case. That is something they have to contend with, but it's a different story with every bowler. And the ball is running to us, and that is exactly what we talk about. They're going to miss the ball. It's not going to make the boundary. If that ball was bowled a little bit quicker, that would have been a 4. Exactly what we were speaking about earlier. And also what makes it difficult, sometimes people bowl on the side of that mat. And although it's going to be a wide, you can see the ball's behavior is different. Bit of excitement there. JP Young trying to run out Andre Jansen van Rensburg. But the pace of runs coming through has lessened a lot. Oh, and there's a ball, missed another ball, but one of the fielders have come in a little bit closer just to stop that from happening. And it seems like Jesse Adams and Andre Jansen, they are just taking a bit control of this match by slowing it down a little. They've still got 6 wickets on hand, so maybe they shouldn't be playing too conservatively from now on onwards, because there's only 10 overs left. So maybe nothing happening really for the next 5 overs. Then we should see some fireworks again. But as long as you keep the score on ticking throughout the next 5 overs. The one bowling now is the one very capable, JP Hunt. When you least expect it, he'll take a wicket. And it's all due to him bowling pretty accurately. Is a man safe? That was not a run out. Chantel isn't convinced. The batsman is out of breath a little. And for those of you speaking Afrikaans, we've got the vibes of, um, I forgot what his name is. I think it's just, oh, and that's a wicket gone. Andre Janssen, and that's exactly what we have said about JP Hunt. When you least expect it, he will take your wicket. One left on the pitch is JC Adams. Let's see who's going to join him now. JP Hunt loves to read his batsmen, constantly thinking how to outsmart them. We're in the sixth over. That was the over for JP Hunt, so somebody else will be coming in now. Either maybe Dylan or Brandon Francis, who will be bowling. We're not exactly sure how many bowls does or overs does um, Andres Wiggelaar have left. Each of them are only allowed 4 overs. Andre Leroux also can change the pace in scoring boundaries now. A big guy, extremely strong and well known for hitting that ball very far. Oh yeah, we remember the name. Those who are listening, speaking Afrikaans, it is the vibes of Steve Hofmeyer here, vibrating being, next to me from the Warriors supporting camp. It is friends and its wives and its kids. It's Brandon Francis bowling, like we said, expected, and that is a 4, beautiful 4, and that is how Jesse Adams adds up some more runs to the total of the Bloem Warriors. Oh, and we've got a dog. He's soyable. He wants to come and play. Yes, it's not only the wives and the kids coming. Bring your pet along. Let them enjoy themselves. They're free to run around. There you go. That's the CPI cap. And if we swing backwards, we will see that was a Staffix camp. The supporters standing here spread around, but they're enjoying themselves. But we are back to the cricket at hand. It's Brandon Francis taking over from JP and he misses that ball. Is it fast enough to reach the boundary? It is not going to be. There we are, just swinging around to the fielder quickly. Brandon Francis now being punished with a bit of white and no balls. Another wide. And we have the hello. That's fout. Ouch. And that is a four once again, and that is for JC Adams. Now racking up the boundaries one after each other. That's exactly what the Warriors are needing right now. Hopefully he can do it a few more times before he loses his wicket. Something JP Hunt will be looking for. He'll be hunting for every sign of weakness in his batting. The eyes of a hawk, that guy. And it's Andre Leroux who still has to touch the ball. It seems like he's getting ready for that now. And it's Andrew Bauer who will be bowling his first ball to him. Will Andrew get off the mark? Will be walking for a duck. Oh, no, he's not walking for a duck. That was a full toss. Not exactly sure if that was a message from the bowler. Arnold just telling him to wake up, to watch out, maybe rattle his cage a little. Cricket is always a psychological game. Oh, it's caught. Did he tip that ball? Seems like he didn't. Almost sounded if he had tipped the ball, but it could have been his bat hitting the mat. And he's under the bow now, bowling to the onslaught of Bloem Warriors. That is JC Adams, who's been racking up a few boundaries in the last few deliveries. And Andre Leroux, who is surviving for now. Another full toss by the hot shots. And the projected score has jumped up a little to 132, and that is all due to the JC Adams onslaught on boundaries. Pretty good line and length from Arno Bauer over there. Andre had to really dig it out of the pitch over there to to just block the ball. Oh, just got the bottom edge of it. Nothing happening from that delivery. JC Adams doing pretty well for his team right now, and we can see that seems like the chair has run out of the Bloem Warriors supporting team here next to us, except for the music. It's pumping. Um, they aren't cheering that much anymore, except now for JC, but Otherwise, looks like their fire is out a little. Hopefully, Andre Leroux will be able to spark that fire once again with a few boundaries. Look like they've changed sides, which will mean that the batsman will be hitting with the wind. Well, actually, the wind is coming from the side, from our left to right. Just a little breeze. What will Andre Leroux do? Can he spark up the spectators of the Warriors? Oh, no, doesn't look like it. It's a appeal for, and that is gone. Unfortunately, Andre Leroux won't be able to cheer up these fans. They are still getting quieter. Just tipped the ball, and wicketkeeper caught the ball. Chantel giving him out. Now coming in is Gustav Pretorius. And that projected score is dropping once again. It's now only 124, which will be a pretty challenging target for the hotshots, depending on how they will be batting the year after. They can get it quite easily, but it all depends on how they goes for them. This morning we saw pretty good teams losing to weaker teams, and things just not working out for them. Well, this is the first round, and maybe this 15 over match has um, yeah, it's buggered up the strategy which they had the entire year until today. But then again, like the team captains are making plans the entire time in any case. So things happen the whole time. So things change the whole time, and they have to deal with that in any case. Another ball being hit straight to the fielder. And it's grand style bowling. Neither hard shot, but the ball is going really fast to the boundary. Was stopped in the midfield. Now in the ninth over, and we see JC Adams slowly racking up those runs, standing on 29 runs from 14 balls. He's hit a few boundaries, but it seems like he's struggling to rack up a higher score. Bloem Warriors has 4 wickets on hand. 4 fell up to now. His underbow that seems going to try and do something, change those numbers a little. Oh, and that one is well stopped by Arnebauer. Arno is being motivated by his team from the outfield. Oh, and that was nearly caught. That one went right through Gustav. He didn't touch that ball. And that will be a pretty good sign for Arno. Another good stop by Arno. Can only wonder how many shots does Gustav have in his arsenal. Because both went straight into the hands of the bowler now. Oh, that went close. It looks like Gustav is a little bit rattled at the moment. Who wouldn't be? Can't get the ball away and then you hit the ball that misses your stumps by a few millimeters. Coming to bowl, Grant style. Lekker om hier die Afrikaanse muziek hier van die Bloem Warriors aan die kant af te hoor. Die Afrikaanse mense. Miskien heel waarskynlik kan julle dalk van die muziek hoor. Hoop nie die app blok die kommersiële muziek nie. Gewoonlik word dit op Facebook en YouTube word dit geblok. Kan jy nie hoor nie, maar hier is muziek wat hier gespeel word wat ek nog nie voorheen gehoor het nie. Maar dan ook, ek luister ook hier so baie Afrikaanse muziek. Daar is 'n groot ou. 'n Mooi ou gewees. Hy gaan hardloop vir die grens. Nee, gaan nie die grens maak nie. Maar lekker hard geklap aan daai bal. Jesse Adams wat nou so stadig maar seker daai 50 bekruip. Is hy uit? Is dit 'n beenvoorpakkie? Chantel sê nee. En dit is 'n bietjie verbrou en dit gee die Warriors kans net nog so 'n paar enkel lopies aan te teken. Wat gaan Grant Style kan doen? Net so 'n bietjie van 'n verbrou op die buiteveld wat gemaak het dat daar net nog 'n ekstra loopie gehardloop kan word. Ons bekryp nou die 11de bylbeurt. Hy het reg mis gestaan. Reg deur die kolwer gegaan. Hy het nie geweet waar gaan hy bal heen gaan nie. Son is nie in hulle oë nie. Al wanneer die son in iemand se oog gaan wees, is wanneer daai bal na die kelkonder area geslaan geword en hy hoog in die lug is en daar 'n veldwerker daar staan om die bal te probeer vang. Maar daar is nie 'n veldwerker daar op kelkonder area nie. Daar is sowel so 'n bietjie regs en links daarvan, maar nie op kelkonder self nie. Maar as die Warriors se lopies wat so in rukke en stote verbykom, sien daar die geskatte telling is nou 119. Jammer, 113. Ons sal maar sien hoe die hotshots daarop gaan reageer. In die tweede beurt, Franco Pretorius wat bal. Lyk so 'n bietjie van 'n spin op die bal sit. En dit gaan maar net maak dat die grens hou 'n bietjie moeiliker bykom, en dit is, soos ek verstaan, is dit makliker om die grenshouer te slaan met iemand wat vinnig bal, of van snel bowlers af. En daai bal gaan heel waarskynlik deur hardloop vir 'n 4. As hy die grens gaan maak, lyk my daar was net nie genoeg spoed agter die bal nie. As hom net so 'n klein bietjie vinniger gebal het, was daai 'n 4 gewees. Baie gelukkig dat dit 'n spin bowler is en nie 'n snel bowler nie, want dan was daai al 'n 4 gewees. Voordat hierdie partytjie hier langs ons begin warm word. En dit is weer eens Jesse Adams wat nie lekker op daai bal beet kry nie. Hy behoort net te wees sy oog in te hê. Hy staan nou op 40. Hy behoort heel waarskynlik hy 50 te jag, maar hy sal moet gou maak. Daar is nog net so straks minder as 4 balbeurte oor om dit te doen. Jesse Adams wat nou baie ondersteuning hier van die kant van die veld af kry. Dis die ondersteuning wat nou sien, hy het al sy 40 lopies. En Franco Pretorius het so 'n bietjie sokker speel daar met die bal. Met die voet probeer stuit. Maar dan het die man ook net verby geloop wat gewys het hoe hy sy vinger gesny het op 'n bal se naad. So daar is gevaar op 'n bal wat baie vinnig kom, maar mooi vang. Hy is mos baie hard. Gaan die man betyds terug wees in sy kampie. Ja, gemaklik. So 'n bietjie opgelees van die ontstaan van die cricketbal so maand wat terug. Julle kan daarso op ons webwerf van Creative Smith gaan kyk. Daar so 'n bietjie gaan oplees oor 'n kommentator of 'n cricketkommentator te wees. So het ek gevoel, okay, kom ons kyk na elke liewe item van cricket. Ek het nie cricket gespeel op skool nie. Ek het wel cricket pauses gespeel teen 'n astrom, maar as 'n sport nee. En dan het ek geleer van die, so het ek besluit te maak, kom ons kyk na waar kom die paaltjies vandaan. Van wat hout word dit gemaak? Hoekom word dit van hout gemaak? Hoekom het hulle 3 paaltjies? Al sulke tipe dinge. Wat interessant was, daar was oorspronklik net 2 paaltjies, wat seker dieselfde wyte is wat hulle nou is. En die middelpaaltjie het eers bygekom toe daar 'n bowler is wat begin kla dat hulle die bal tussen die paaltjies deur. Dus het hulle daar 'n derde paaltjie in die middel. En dan het hulle, dit het ook natuurlik eers kom, want eers in die begin het hulle die bal gerol. Soos en wat gemaak het dat die bat meer soos 'n hokkiestok gelyk het as 'n cricketbat, wat ons nou ken vandag. Maar terug te kom na die bal toe, die bal het altyd gedink dit is net 'n stuk kurk wat met leer oorgetrek is, wat glad nie die geval is nie. Die kurk is eintlik 'n klein balletjie, amper seker die grootte van 'n tafeltennisballetjie omtrent. En dan is hy, of 'n bietjie groter as 'n tafeltennisballetjie, en dan ry hulle tou rondom hom. Wat maak dat hy bietjie sagter dan eintlik is, en dan sit hulle hom binne in 'n leer wat hulle vasstuk, en dan vorm, waaraan hy unieke gewig nou moet gee, en hy is hard, ja, maar jy kan op hom druk en behoort, ja, hy word gevorm, en as hy nog steeds 'n redelike harde bal, maar hy is nie soos 'n klippie. Oh ja, daar is 'n bietjie geskiedenis gewees van die cricketbal, ons is nou weer terug na Grant Steyn wat nou bal. Styl, nie Steyn, nie styl. En is Jesse Adams wat sterk op pad is om sy 50-tal te maak, staan nou op 46. Gustav Pretorius wat dan aan sy paaltjie vashou, hy het so 'n paar nou omkominge gehad, so 'n bietjie vroeër. En is Jesse Adams wat net so klein bietjie nader aan sy 50-tal stap. Nou op 48. Hy sal graag seker heel waarskynlik sy 50-tal met 'n 4 wil afsluit. Natuurlik in LMS cricket wat hulle moet verklaar as hulle 50 lopies gemaak het. Maar dis net 'n enkel lopie daar vir hom. Ons hoor nou nie regtig veel van die ondersteuners van die CPI kampie af nie. Hulle is redelik stil, dit is net die Bloem Warriors hier langs aan ons. En kom ons kyk wat se pasverandering Franco Pretorius se balwerk kan doen. Nog goed 2 balbeurte oor in hierdie eerste balbeurt. En dit is Jesse Adams wat in sy verklaarstadium ingaan met 'n dubbellopie wat gehardloop is. Daar verklaar hy 3 lopies. Wat ook al die geval is, Jesse Adams wat nou verklaar, Gustav wat nou die moet beheer neem van wat ook al nou op die golfplat gaan gebeur. Daar is nie meer veel balbeurte oor in hierdie spel nie. So daai geskatte telling van 120 is nog moontlik. Dit gaan dan 'n teikentelling word vir die hot shots. Hierna gaan dit lyk dinge begin interessant raak om te sien hoe het aanvaar hulle daardie challenge. Probeer die mooi Afrikaanse woord gebruik, dat nie challenge is nou nie die woord nie. So kyk hoe die CPI Hotshot daardie toets aanvaar. Hy teiken om te haal. Die 2 wedstryde wat ons vanoggend gedoen het elke keer so begin waar die eerste span wat gekolf het in die eerste beurt nie 'n baie hoë telling opsit nie. Wat hulle sukkel om hulle lopies te kry en dan kom die tweede span in en laat hulle soos amateur, of dis nie lelik te wees nie, amateurs lyk nie, maar dan haal hulle vinnig die telling in met gemak. Maar het is Louis Koen wat ingekom het en hy wat saam met Gustav Pretorius gaan die knoop wil deurraak tot die einde van hierdie beurt. Daar is nog 'n teenbalbeurt oor, nog 5 balle. En dan natuurlik is daar nou ook altyd die kans dat hulle die home run kan slaan van die laaste bal, wat dan 12 lopies beteken. Ons het nog nie dit vandag gesien nie. 'n Home run wat geslaan was nie. En so klein bietjie 'n flop daarso van die palkiewagter wat net 'n enkel loopie veroorsaak wat dan Louis Koen aan die ontvangkant van Adrian Bouwer se balwerk gaan wees. Bietjie ondersteuning hier van die kant af vir Arno. En daar's 'n wyd wat Chantal daarso roep vir die balwerk van Arno. En is Gustav wat ook net nie lekker daai bal wegkry nie. Ons het lanklaas 'n grenshou gesien. Nie dat hulle nie probeer nie. Dit is net dat hulle kom net nie lekker uit by wat hulle wil beplan nie. Oh, en daai bal gaan nie gevang word. Nee. Nee, hulle praat van dit is 'n nou bal. Maar wat het hy lekker by daai bal by beet kry nie. Maar dit is maar die storie wat nou maar deurtrek van die begin af. Vir al die spelers hulle nie lekker die bal beet kry nie. Arno Bouwer wat dit nou weer baie moeilik maak vir Gustav om baie bal te slaan. Ons gesien heeltyd hulle die lengte is perfek. Dat hulle basies die bal daar uit die golfblad moet uitgrawe om 'n bal geslaan te kry. Bitter moeilik op hierdie matte om daar die wip van die bal te lees. Ons het nog net een bal wat oorbly in hierdie eerste helfte. Vir die beurt. En dit is nie 'n home run nie, dit is 'n bal wat net lekker op cruise control na die reguit na die veldwerker toe gaan. En dis die eerste helfte, ons gaan net gou 'n breek vat waar die spelers net gou ietsie bietjie water gaan drink, bietjie verfris en dan is hulle weer terug waar die Hotshots die 123 teiken moet probeer haal van Bloem Warriors. Gou breek wat ons is nou terug. Moenie ver gaan nie. And we're back. The match will continue soon. We've got the slight breeze still coming in that cools us down a little, so we can feel that night time is creeping closer. And we are completely aware that it's only 20 past 3 now. But that's Bloemfontein weather for you. An hour ago it was warm. Now it's starting to get cooler. Tonight it will be freezing once again until tomorrow morning. People have taken a breather. We can see that some of the teams are standing closer now. The CPI hotshots that will be batting. I will be chasing the 123 score that you see on your bottom of your screen. Also only have 15 overs to do it. And the teams are still the same. Let me just go over the team for you quickly. For the CPI hotshots, we've got Arno Bouwer, Brandon Francis, Dylan Francis, Grant Style, Andrew Swigelaar, Henry Venter, Ivan Venter, and JP Hunt. On the side of the Bloem Warriors, we've got Andre Jansen van Rensburg, Andre Leroux, Brandon van Heerden, Kurtley van Wyk, Gustav Pretorius, Jan Creer, Jesse Adams, and Louis Koen. We saw earlier Jesse Adams scoring or retiring for 53. It did pretty well. It wasn't a fast scoring process, but we can look at the 123 as a target score that can be easily attainable under normal circumstances. CPI hotshots normally can do it quite easily, but we've seen the Free State champs today. No score is easy to beat. You have either a good day or a bad day, and for some teams the day went very well. For others, they didn't. We saw last week that CPI hotshots can play a conservative game if they want to. Maybe it was just a process of learning to read their opponents. And we've seen that they've done that pretty well today on the first innings. Now let's see what they'll be doing with the batting onslaught for the second innings. Some music come here from the left of us. It says spectators or the supporters of the Bloem Warriors, playing a bit of music for everybody. And obviously the Bloem Warriors are being sponsored by Staffix. You'll see the logo at the bottom of your screen, bottom left, as well as on the advertising material we are sending out on social media during the week. CPI hotshots, they are being sponsored by CPI, and you'll be seeing they are sponsoring a lot of teams. Many teams here are their name starts with a CPI. I'm only going to call a few. It's like CPI hotshots, CPI challenges, CPI Crusaders, CPI Masters, and that was only 4. I think there are 5. So yeah, CPI is doing as a prominent sponsoring role here in LMS Bloemfontein. Other individual sponsors, they are, like I said, Staffix, one of them, and then there are some new ones coming up who basically just need exposure for the brand, and LMS Cricket does that for you. And we can see that scoreboard at the bottom hasn't updated yet. That will be done soon, while the first ball is going to be bowled, and that is an indication of how the hotshots will be responding to that 123 target. They will obviously be attacking the boundaries. It all depends on how effectively they are going to do it. Bowling is Andre Leroux, and it's Dylan Francis and Arno Bouwer batting. JP Hunt maybe sparing himself for a little bit later on. And we can see the hot shots, they trying, there's a bit of misfield, and CPI hot shots capitalizing on it by running just another single run, stealing another one. Oh, one of our favorite songs now being played here from the side. So sad that the person singing this doesn't live anymore. Those into this kind of music will know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, and that's a middle stump gone. That's what Dylan Francis didn't need. CPI hot shots being taken on early on in the first over. Third ball taking a wicket. Now CPI hot shots, they'll be looking at this match with different eyes. Some brilliant team support over there by the Warriors. I would too be very glad to take your opponent's wicket in the first over. Hot shots, 4 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. So Andre Leroux is the one with the nickname Leafy. I was wondering when I looked at the team sheets last night, who was Leafy? We can only think that Leafy comes from Leroux. It's the only thing I can connect the dots with, the L. And then maybe it is something to do with his personality. The wind now picking up a little bit more seriously. And I got a feeling that the dynamics of this match just changed a little. With an early hard shot wicket falling early on. A call for a LBW. It seems like Chantel isn't convinced. She recently passed her umpire exam, so she is now for a few weeks that she's been umpiring. New to LMS umpiring. But she's not being intimidated by these guys in any way. Brandon van Heerden attacking. Seems like the Warriors are going to appeal for every ball, just like the Australians. And we can hear that the music has slightly changed here from the side. It's no more the Afrikaans beats that you are hearing. On the side we can see some determination on the faces of the hotshot sitting under the gazebo. Maybe looking a little bit worried. Just going to swing to them quickly. Oh, that went straight through Franco. But Chantal calls that a wide. But the spectators aren't happy about the wide being called. Now a lot of motivation going through to Brandon here from the outfield. I just haven't got the easy task on them. They have to score 112 runs from 66 balls. A little bit less than 2 runs per ball. So as low as the target score was that the Warriors had scored, it's still challenging enough to cause some problems in the hard shots camp. There is still some time left. There's 13 overs left to chase that target. But it looks like the Warriors aren't going to make it easy for them. Not if they've got anything to say about it. Andre having a chat there with Chantal about something. Not exactly sure what the problem is, but seems like they are sorted out. Being played down leg side. It's going to be a 4. Yes, that is going to be a 4. Played down leg side. Can I show you that CPI just are looking for a lot more of those. They still have a lot of time to do it, but it's never a good thing to relax too much early on. They still have some big guns still on the bench. And that's a better shot. That is going to be a 4. That's a beautiful 4 on the opposite side of the field. And that is Arnold Bowen now picking up the pace with the runs. 2 4s in succession. They'll be very happy about that. It just takes off a little pressure from what they might have later on if things don't go according to plan. And is Andre Leroux being punished now? He's a big guy. He's a strong guy. He can bowl extremely quickly if he needs to. Seems like they were struggling to find the ball. And the Warriors are coming together, maybe discussing a bit of strategy over there. So does hard shot batsman. Making plans on how to proceed with this match. Looks like they're having a discussion with Chantal. Maybe it is something with the rules or something where they are not happy or that clear with. But we can see that that run rate has come or increased a little, where they require 107 runs from 64 balls. Just a bit of pressure that was lifted from their shoulders with those two consecutive fours. And every time the wind dies down a little, you can feel the warmth of the sun coming through. Most of the people already had the sniffles this morning. And the match continues, and the ball is racing to the offside boundary, collected by a fielder and returned to the bowler. Better defense there by Franco. Pace of the match has slowed down considerably as well. Not only for waiting for whatever the reason they were waiting for, but the way they approach the play has changed a little. We can see the bowler or the Warriors being somewhat bit relaxed. Not exactly sure whether that is intentional to slow down the race, maybe break the rhythm of the hot shots. Whatever the reason is, it might be only our observation that is wrong. And it's Brandon van Heerden now coming to bowl. Looks like the hot shots aren't under that much pressure. If they are quite happy scoring singles and doubles from each delivery, was probably obviously, or I wouldn't say obviously, but it is a sign that maybe of a maturity where they aren't going into the panic or any form of panic, and they really don't need to panic um, with 7 very strong batsmen still on hand. Now being in the only third overs done. But it seems like they're getting the ball through to the boundaries and at least. It's only a matter of time before they going to hit the ball between the fielders, playing it in the gaps, and then they'll certainly will get those fours. Pushing another double. Now coming to ball is Gustav Pretorius. Let's see how he'll be changing the pace of the hot shots, trying to score boundaries. Or how will the hot shots really is bowling? It looks like they're going to swing at it, but while they and a bit of misfield just allows the hot shots to finish their uh, two run or their double run. And that straight to the fielder once again, being hit to square leg. Ball being picked up on deep square leg. Once again, just a single coming from that delivery. We can only imagine that we'll be seeing this kind of type of batch approach. You're going to be caught. No, that was misfielded, and the ball goes through for a four. If that was caught, that would have been a beautiful catch. Hotshot's still happy with the singles and doubles. Like we said earlier, maybe it is something we'll see for the next 5 overs until they've reached their 10th over, playing it safe, and then they'll probably pick it up from there. Jan Creer coming into ball. Encouragement here coming from the outfield, asking Jan to maybe just make sure, maybe bowl a little bit slower, but make sure that it's on the wickets. Oh, and that was a full toss, and the ball is falling in no man's land. It looked like a catcher, but there was nobody in the vicinity of where the ball fell. So nothing coming from that either. And we can see that Chantal called for a no ball. Another full toss by Jan. And this time it's punished for a 4. Once again, Jan is being encouraged by his team to make sure about his bowling. We will see a little bit later on how the team responded to his bowling, because now he bowled a no ball and a boundary that came from 2 of his full tosses. What will he do now? That looked like a bit of better length, a whole lot better than, not just a little bit, it's a whole lot better than the previous 2 deliveries. There's another big shot. Is he going to be caught? Well caught on the outfield. Arne Bauer losing his wicket, caught on the outfield. He tested a warrior. The warrior doesn't like to be tested. And he caught that. I have to admit that I don't know the Warrior, CPI Warrior team, or not the CPI, the Bloem Warrior, the Bloem Warrior too good, or too well. Don't know many of the players. I've seen them around, but I don't know too much about them. But they are impressing me. The fielding is good. They had an impressive style of attacking the ball this morning, or impressive style of batting, and they are talking to each other, and they've got supporters coming to support them. The CPI camp is still very, very silent on the opposite end of the field. You aren't hearing much from them. That could be either nerves or that they aren't used to cheering on the side. It's 2 different types of personalities. Doesn't mean that they are enjoying their cricket any less. Now coming to bat is Grant Style. He just plays a defensive shot, sending the ball back to third man. Just goes to show how well these guys know each other. The batsman not testing the arm of the fielder on the outfield, where they standing on third man at the moment. Knowing very well how far and how accurate he can throw the ball in from the boundary. So they didn't feel like testing him. Well, it's up to Franco Pretorius and Grant Style to chase that score of 123, I think. Either way, they still require 74 runs from 45 balls. It's not going to be easy, but it looks a lot better than it did a little bit earlier. Yeah, it was 123 that the Warriors scored. Just doing a bit of math there. 51 plus the 73 runs that's required gives you 124 to win, which is 1 more than what the Warriors have scored. I might have been a little bit too shy to speak in school, doing my oral in front of the class, but the math wasn't too bad. I wonder if they still do that in schools. Have oral exams, and so remember I'm ducking always ducking my oral assignments. That ball's up in there. Is it going to be caught? No, there's nobody close to that ball. Now it's Frank Pretorius who needs to take control there on the pitch, being there the longest. So he will be the acting senior between the two of them. They're going to steal another one. Are they going to make it? That was a misfield overthrow. And the hotshot steals another run. Just one more run. Well, then they can obviously do that. Capitalize on the misfieldings of the opposing team. Coming into bowl now is Jan Creer, and we can maybe project the score, the run rate. If we look at, they only got 15 overs, and they now are reaching the 7 over target with 57 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. So if we double that, it gives us kind of an idea what's happening in the next 7 overs. That's not regarding that they might be picking up the pace from the 10th over. But double that, you get 114, which isn't too far off from the 123 with a over to spare. So they actually are quite good on target, or well on target to reach 123. Will it be a close game? Well, we don't know yet. That is why we have to look at what's happening in the next few overs. That's another big shot. It's going racing to the boundary. Will it be stopped? It's just stopped just in front of the boundary. Not a foul, but a great effort here by the fielder. And we can hear that the music has returned to Afrikaans music here next to us. And Jan Creer bowling. Ball is being played into the gaps between the fielding of Warriors, but not with enough aggression to outsmart the bowler on the boundary. They're able to get to the ball before it reaches the boundary. So, yeah, the direction is they just need to beat the ball a bit harder. Oh, and that's a wicket gone. Grandstyle has to go back to the CPI hard shot camp with only 4 runs. No? Yeah, only only 4 runs under his belt. That is 4 runs from 4 balls. He might not be too proud of that, but everybody has a bad day every now and then. Now Franco Pretoria is still on the pitch Andres Richelaar now joining him, somebody with a little bit more experience, so they now can form a partnership that can pull this through to the end. But that all depends on the Warriors' attack now. The entire team now just came together for a chat over there. So let's see how they approach it from now on. Obviously very happy taking another wicket. It was an important wicket. And Jan Creer being promised a beer for a job well done here next to the field from the spectators. Not exactly sure whether it's family or friends, but he wouldn't mind. Just a defensive shot from Hankus Wickler. At least he's safely off the mark. As long as you can do that, you have a pretty good chance of having a good innings. Because well, most of the nerves are shot then. And they change sides quickly. Looks like it. Which means the bowler will now be coming from the Tempe end. Wind is coming from the left, slightly from the front and left. So the batsman will have the wind in his face a little from the left. And the Warriors now moving their team around a little. Well, not the team, the fielders. Obviously having some plans there. And Andres Wiggelaar on strike. Let's see whether Andre Jansen van Rensburg will have some answers for him. And he responds with a pretty good shot to the outfield, but it was well fielded. It's the team now congratulating Louis Kuhn. Only two more overs and we'll see them swinging at those deliveries fiercely. And another ball is of a run is being stolen there. Because one of their biggest guns are not even hasn't even batted yet. He will probably be coming in at number 5. So they've got those big guns still in the bank. Oh, that ball is coming straight, but it's not going to make the boundary. Running towards us, being fielded, and being sent back to the wicket keeper. CPI Hotshots actually taking this challenge pretty leisurely. They don't need to do anything crazy. So they're actually approaching it exactly the way they should. And if we look at the wickets that we lost, the players were bold. It wasn't due to stupid mistakes like being run out. It's bold, and then one was caught here on the outfield. But now they know they shouldn't test the catching abilities of the Warriors. And that's a pretty good shot. That's a sweep shot. And that's a beautiful four by Maunru Swigelaar. He'll be racking up a few more of those soon. Well done, Andrew. Some nice music still. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm going to turn the microphone a little. Didn't exactly want to let you hear that sound coming through. If I bottle going into a dustbin, but these guys, they throw their bottles into a dustbin. So it's very clean here around the field as one of the requirements of, or the culture of the people here next to the field. They can have something to drink, there's nothing wrong with it, but just clean up after yourself and don't make trouble. And that's another big shot from Franco Pretorius. They considered a to steal another run there for a second, decided against it. Oh, there's another hard shot. That is going to be a four. No, a Warrior fielder is going to stand right in front of that possible four. Well, I can tell you one thing: the Warriors aren't making it easy for the hard shots to get the boundaries here, and again, making it difficult for them to. They have to struggle a little. It was beautiful fielding on the outside. We can see that that fielder he slided into the ball, putting his body between the ball and the boundary, making sure it doesn't run anywhere underneath him. Oh, that's good. That is something like that happened in an instant. And Franco Pretorius losing his wicket. Just tipped it. And the wicketkeeper, I must say, this wicketkeeper of the Warriors are pretty good. Or he is pretty good. He looked like he caught that pretty comfortably after the hot shots. Or it was tipped. Coming in now is Brandon Francis. And we haven't seen JP Hunt yet. But we are now approaching the 10th over. Still one ball until we get the 10th over. And it's still not JP Hunt on the outfield to replace whatever batsman is going to lose his wicket next. This means they've got a lot of guns still there in the bank before they're going to risk anything. Or they've got a lot to play with. Brandon Francis still has to get off the mark. Jan Creer will make it difficult for him. But he's safe. He's not walking for a duck. Looked in control of that shot, so no worries there. Obviously a message coming from the captain to the batsman. And I can assure you it's now the go-ahead there at the 10th over to do what you love most. Hit that ball. Stukkant. We can see that fielders are moving to the boundary slightly, knowing exactly what to expect now. Oh, and he scored! He tapped the ball. We heard it up to here. His appeal. Did Chantel give him out? No. Well, she will know better. Because from here we hear a sound coming through. That could be the ball against the bat, or it could be the bat against the mat. Any of the above. And she's closer and will make a better judgment than we can from here from the side. But it's Curly van Wyk bowling now, and Anders Wiggelaar and Brandon Francis, who now has the responsibility to get them closer to that 123 target. And that is how they're going to do it. That's going to be a 4. Hitting it into the gaps of the Warriors defense. That's the only way you're going to do it. Beautiful 4 by Anders Wiggelaar. Textbook. Curtly van Wyk won't feel very welcome coming into ball being hit for a 4. He'll have something to say about that. That's a better length by him. Racing to the boundary once again, but it's going to be picked up. It's not going to make it. But Hotshots only need 37 runs from 21 balls to win this match. And the guns are coming out. You can see another effort. It's going to be 2 runs, definitely. And no, not a misfield. 2 runs coming from that delivery, and it is something that the Hotshots will be aiming for until they are in the single digits in striking distance of the 123 target. They've got a very sensible approach to this match. They didn't bring the fireworks. They brought the sensible play, and that always trumps fireworks. Although we also always want to see the fireworks. Now Louis Kuhn will be bowling. Oh, and then he was full toss, and then he was hit for a 4. Not confirmed yet, but it's on his way. And yeah, that is a 4. And that is what Brandon Francis will be doing. If you're going to give him a full toss, he will be punishing you. Louis being encouraged by his team to use the pitch meaning let the ball bounce. Oh, there's another massive shot. It's a person under it. No, it was into the air, but it was dropped long before the fielder could get to it. Another full toss, another effort for a big shot, but it didn't happen. Well, they're going to get 2 runs from that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are very close to the target score now. Andres Wichelaar and Brandon Francis now gunning for that 123 with every shot. They've got 28 balls. It's 28 runs that I need to score from 17 balls. They can do it, but they're going for boundaries with every shot now. And there's another 4. Henry will be doing that with every ball coming his way now. And we can now see that JP Hunt has lined up to play coming next. Only 4 overs remaining, a little bit more than 4 overs. So nice to see the character of opposing team coming out when they approach a match sensibly, and then in the last moments they just allow the players to go and do what they like most. Because I can assure you, these guys like hitting boundaries. Another big shot, but another full toss being punished. Is that going to be a 4? He's going through the 2 fielders on the outfield, and that is a 4. Another one for Andrew. Now they want to end this match. Finish it quickly. And they require 20 runs from 15 balls, which is 3 overs. It is now safe to swing at all those balls, which is exactly what they should do now. Doesn't take a genius to work out that they can comfortably win this match as long as they don't approach this with too much caution. And they're bringing in Gustav Pretorius to come and bowl to Brandon Francis. Only 5 runs from 3 balls. He hasn't reached the... Didn't get too many boundaries yet. Was that run out? It's appeal for a run out. Is Chantal giving it? It doesn't seem like anybody else is convinced that that is a run out, except for a few Warrior players trying to convince Chantal. She isn't. They will be going for 2 runs from this. Will they be risking a run out? No, they home safe. Now, only 16 runs required from 13 balls. It's going to come down to the wire, unless something serious happens for the hot shots. Oh, that's what up in there. It's high up there. There's a player underneath it. Is it caught? No. Looks like that was dropped. If that was caught, that would have been a beautiful catch. Just didn't realize. What was Brandon going, attacking? Oh, and he loses his leg stump. Gustav Pretorius is showing up, making the Warriors proud. telling the hot shots you can go and swing at every shot, but every now and then you're going to miss one, and I'll be taking your wickets. And now JP Hunt is being sent in. He'll be trying to finish things off for his team. Their support from the side are confirming that they've got the match, but never say things are sure to be over. It ain't over until the fat lady sung, and something can change this match drastically now if they get a double play and lose 2 wickets, which means that the hot shots will be standing on a single person at the stumps. Now we have to score 14 runs from 11 balls on his own. And that will change the pressure that he will be having on his shoulders considerably. So this match can change in an instant. Was that run out? The run out, it looks like Chantel isn't convinced. It seems to have been very close because the whole team is convinced, but the player is still standing there. That will mean that if that was JP Hunt that was run out, it will mean that he's going out for a duck without even facing the ball. Like we said, something can change. No, it wasn't JP Hunt. Okay, it's Andre Swigelaar who lost this wicket. But it's JP Hunt and Ivan Venter. Not exactly sure if it's Ivan or Ivan, but they have to score 14 runs from 10 balls. They are very capable of doing that. But neither of these two players have seen or found their eye on the ball yet. Fresh on the pitch, although both have played the match just before this one. But they've only got 10 balls left, 2 overs. So there is a bit of pressure on them. As long as they don't bug it up. Andre Leroux also got a lot of pressure on his shoulders because he has to now to either take wickets or limit, and that's a better ball from him, better line and length. Going for 2 wickets, 2 runs. That is exactly what the hot shots need to do. If they keep doing that, they might have risked that second run now. But in the dying stages of a match, that is necessary. And we can hear the frustration of the Warrior supporters here from the side, allowing that second run to get through. Oh, and just got the bottom edge of the bat to that one. Was just a single run, that's all that they need. Next shot might be a 4, next shot might be a 6. You can always remember that there's on the last ball can be a possible home run, which is 12 runs. That is a 6 from the last ball of the innings. Can be a 6. JP Hunt has done that quite a few times in his life, being one of the most experienced players in the team. Actually, not just in the team, but in last man stands Bloemfontein. They're going to go for, looks like they're going for a single run from that. They're not risking a second one. Maybe just waiting for that right ball, right bounce, right length, everything. This is very close, people. 10 runs from 7 balls. It isn't the amount of runs that's difficult, it's handling that pressure. They're going for just a single run. They're going to wait for the last ball. It's going to come down to the last ball, what they are going to do. If they keep doing that, running singles, they will need to end the match with a 4 or a 6 to win. It's pretty tense now in the CPI, in the hot shots camp. Yeah, it is CPI. Oh, and then you lose a wicket just like that. Something that Ivan wasn't expecting. Putting up just a little bit more pressure for the hot shots. Now they are running out of wickets. It's now coming down to JP Hunt, the captain of the team. Last man says he'll be doing it alone. He needs to run 2 runs. He's psyching himself up mentally. Sure. I'm very, very glad I'm not in his shoes. Since he came in, he saw 2 wickets being taken right in front of him. His teammates falling. He needs to do it alone. Sorted that out quickly. Battery being critically low. Sorted that out. You saw that. I was under the impression my power bank was plugged in the whole time. But we're not going to miss this. It's the last over. JP Hunt has to score 9 runs from 5 balls. He can do it. But will he be able to do it? And we can see that the bowler, that is Brandon van den Heerden, now being encouraged to bowl him on his toes. So there's pressure on the bowler, there's pressure on the batsman. Oh, and that was JP Hunt will be able to run the 2 runs from that. He's going to be home. He's home safely. Falls over the wicket keeper. It is not the wicket keeper's fault. He was just going to catch the ball. But the hot shots are 2 runs closer to a possible win. Now it's all up to JP Hunt. Will he be able to pull his team through? Brandon van Heerden getting a lot of support from his side. And that ball is up in the air. Will JP Hunt be able to get back into his crease? He's doing it again. 2 runs closer now. Things are seriously coming down to the wire now, with JP Hunt needs to score 7 runs from 3 balls. He can only run 2 runs at a time. He cannot run a single run. It's either boundaries or double runs. It's the last man standing. And as long as he keeps doing that and get back into his crease safely. That was a direct shot. Was he into his crease? We've seen the Warriors appealing to everything that comes in, but that is a pretty good throw in from the boundary. As JP Hunt lost his wicket, We keep hearing here from the sideline that was out, but Chantel isn't convinced. She is the one he needs to convince. And nothing coming from that goal. Opportunity missed to score more runs. JPN didn't connect with that ball properly, which means the ball just stopped in front of him. It would have been stupid to try and run 2 runs from that. A single run would have been possible, maybe. If you are lucky, 2 runs would have been impossible. 1 ball left. JP has to hit a 6 from this. The 4 will not do the trick. And that is not going to be a 6. That looks like it's not even going to be a 4. JP finishes with 2 runs. And the CPI hot shots narrowly misses, winning this match with 2 runs. Congratulations to the Bloem Warriors. They had an excellent game, and the fighting spirit of CPI Hotshots was brilliant here today. They didn't take JP Hunt's wicket, although he was the last man standing, trying to get that. They wasn't able to. According to me, this was the most beautiful game of the day. It was close. Very, 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 very close. It all came down to the team captain. Thank you very much. We will be seeing it again tomorrow. We'll make sure about the times and everything tonight. We will be back, should be probably 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. It all depends on what time, whether there's going to be mist on the field again. But I'm your commentator, Jurgen Smith, and thank you for joining us in this brilliant match. It was great to see the sportsmanship between the 2 teams. We can just show you how they are thanking each other for a well-played match. And yeah, I feel privileged to have been here and seen this match. Goodbye everybody, have a